Hey friends, welcome to the second video in this 5-part series on how to navigate the unraveling. Whether that is a result of what's going on in the world right now or your own challenging chapter in big life transition, I am sharing some really key things that I feel are so super essential to being able to get through any chapter that leaves you feeling disoriented inside your own life. So, today I want to talk about how we can allow life to shape us without losing the truth of who we are. I believe very strongly that we are all born with our purpose hard coded inside of us. I have worked with so many people over the years, so many different types of people from all different walks of life that really believed they had no purpose or they had no sense of what they were here to do and who they were here to be. And every single person already knows, it's just hard coded into us. How our purpose expresses itself can change over time, but the core of it is always the same. How it expresses is a result of who we end up being in the world and how life is shaping us. And life is always shaping us. I talk a lot about how I do believe that everything happens for a reason, but not necessarily a divinely orchestrated, spiritually agreed upon reason. Some things are just human. Some things are just a result of being human in the world today the way that it is. This is a perfect example of that. We can look at it from a spiritual perspective, a divine perspective, or a human perspective, but honestly, all that really matters is the meaning that we choose to give things. So, how we allow for life to shape us into who we're here to be and to do the work that we're here to do, the most important part of that is knowing yourself fully, knowing yourself better than anyone else. And some of us have that skill, some of us don't. Sometimes it takes someone else reflecting aspects of ourselves back to us before we can really see that, but it's so, so important for you to know who you are as a person, your personality type, what your core wounding is, your subconscious programming patterns and beliefs, your preferences, your values. All of this stuff makes up who we are. And if we don't know what those things are for us, and we're not firmly rooted in them, especially in our beliefs and our values, it is so easy for us to be swayed off course. So it's really, really important that you know yourself fully. There's a lot of tools and resources for this, and I will be sharing some of them here as we dive into the journey mapping that we're going to run here for you for the next 8 weeks for free, aspects of it, to help everyone navigate this challenging chapter and this kind of unreal season that we're in right now. So stay tuned for that. But to start, you want to ask yourself a few questions. What do I stand for? What do I stand for? And this comes back to really knowing what your system of beliefs and values are. What are your highest values? And do you know and do you live in alignment with them? Do you know why you value them, where that value came from, why it's important to you, and how you choose to express yourself and your purpose and show up in different areas of your life because of it? Do you understand your values and belief systems? This is so, so important, especially for navigating challenging chapters, because there are so many decision points and choice points when we're in the midst of something like this, or when we're in a place in our life where everything is turned upside down and inside out. We have to know what our values are so that we can navigate things in a way that is aligned with our truth and our heart and our soul and our purpose. So, so important. Who are you here to be is another question. Who am I here to be in this life, in this world? What is your purpose, and who are you meant to be, and how are you meant to show up? Now, people get triggered by the word purpose sometimes because it feels ever elusive and like something we don't fully understand. But purpose is simply who you're here to be and the work you're here to do. That's it. Your contribution, your way of showing up and giving in the world, your way of being fully expressed and maximizing your full potential. And that's different for all of us. One purpose is not better than another. They're all important because they're all about contribution. And then, what are you here to do? So, what do you stand for? Who are you here to be? And what are you here to do? A lot of this gets revealed as we go, which is why I'm talking today about when life shapes us, because life is always shaping us. It is always, if we allow it, giving us an opportunity to further peel away the layers and unveil who we are and who we're here to be. In order to do that, we have to be conscious about the meaning-making process. As humans, we have this amazing, powerful, and sometimes frustrating ability to assign meaning to things. At its core, life as we know it, the world, everything really is kind of meaningless and pointless, and that's sometimes hard for us to wrap our heads around. It can sometimes spin us out. I know it did for me when I was young and existential and didn't understand the world and who I was supposed to be inside of it. But the gift in really fully understanding that everything is kind of meaningless and random and chaotic is that we get to assign meaning to things. We get to decide what's important and what's not. We get to decide how we want to interpret things and who we want to become because of them. And this is so incredibly important to navigating these challenging chapters in big life transitions, because there's so much that we bump up against that causes us to ask questions like, what is the point? What is the meaning of this? What really matters? Do I matter? What is my role in this? It causes us to ask really hard existential questions. And the truth is that we get to decide what meaning to make from the things that happen to us. And this is so much more important than understanding why things happen in the first place. If that's important to you, that's great. You're welcome to go down that rabbit hole. I know I have around certain things. But what I have learned to care more about is not whether or not something is divinely orchestrated or a spiritual agreement or simply human. I care more about the meaning I am going to make because of it, how I am going to allow it to shape me as I move forward so that I can step more fully into who I'm here to be and the work that I'm here to do. And I would encourage you to adopt the same mindset. Do all the digging that you want to do into why things happen, but also focus on what is the meaning that you are going to choose to give to it, because we are such powerful creative beings as humans. We get to decide the meaning, and the meaning that we choose to assign to something really influences everything that happens after it. So that's really, really important. We want to be really conscious about that process. We don't want to just let life kick us around. We are in control, and it is a co-creative process. So we are only in control to a certain degree. Obviously, none of us can control directly what is going on with the pandemic in the world right now, but what we can control is how we respond to it, the meaning that we make because of it, and how we choose to allow it to shape us. So important. And we'll talk more about this when we get into some of the journey mapping content that I'm going to share here. Again, if you're just popping on or you missed it earlier, we are going to be running aspects of journey mapping here in the Call of the Void group for you guys over the next 8 weeks to really help you navigate this challenging chapter and insane season that we're all in. All right, let's see what else I wanted to cover. So huge piece that I think we overlook when it comes to allowing life to shape us and making the meaning that we want to make and really stepping into who we're here to be and the work we're here to do is mastering our intuition and inner knowing. And I think intuition has become such a buzzword that it's something that we kind of ignore, or if we don't have a really strong connection to it, we almost don't really believe in it or trust it. Intuition is simply your ability to read and respond to the energy around you. We live in a vibrational universe. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. It is measurable, it is science. What we don't have science for is to really understand how our intuition works, how consciousness works. We're learning all of that stuff, but we don't have anything that we can say super factually. But I want to, again, stress that this is a natural part of being human in this world and in this universe. We live in a vibrational universe, which means everything has energy and everything has a frequency. Intuition is simply our ability to pick up on the different flavors and frequencies of the energy around us. Intention has a flavor. If I have ill intentions and I send you a text message like I do every other day, if you're tuned into your intuition enough, you will pick up on the energy of that. So we always hear things like don't read tone in emails and texts. When you're intuitive, you can start to pick up on the energy that has been attached to what people are saying or doing or what has been written or what is going on. When we have this deeper connection to our intuition and inner knowing, we are better able to discern what is right and wrong for us. This is everything. This is what I cannot hammer this home enough. For you to navigate an unraveling, a challenging chapter, or a big life transition, for you to step fully into who you're here to be and the work that you're here to do, you can't do that without the ability to discern what is right and wrong for you. This took me a long time to learn. What we do is we give our power away to the people around us. We put our trust in someone else's knowledge and expertise or just experience with a situation. And none of that is relevant if it does not take into account who you are as a person, so knowing yourself fully, and what is right and wrong for you and your unique path. Huge, 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 huge. Everyone around you is going to have an opinion. Most people, not all, but most people are going to have that opinion, and they're going to push you in one direction or another out of love because they care about you and they want you to do the thing that they believe will keep you safe and secure. That does not mean that it's the right thing for you. Additionally, you can pay someone a ton of money because they're an expert with a lot of experience, and they can give you the wrong advice or direction. They can coach you or give you therapy or guide you in the wrong direction. And that is because you are the only one who can read the energy of your situation, know yourself fully, know your path fully, and make discerning decisions around what is right for you. Only you. Sometimes the best decisions you can make are the ones that look the most insane and, quite frankly, stupid to the people around you. I have so many stories I can share about this. There are a lot of really brilliant people in my life who I love so much and I respect immensely that get it wrong with me quite frequently because they can only see a situation through their own lens and perspective, which means that they can't actually guide me in the way that is best for me because they can't see and feel into what is right and best for me. They can't know everything. And so too often we give away our power to people who are quote unquote experts or who have a lot of experience. And the thing about experience is it's rooted in the past. Experience is rooted in the past. That's something Danielle Laporte said that I love because it's true. I may have a ton of experience with something, but it is based on a past situation, on my own lens and perception of it, and what was right for me in that moment at that place and time with whatever was going on. It does not mean that I have any ability to guide you in your own. And so one thing that's really important to me that I teach all my clients, and I do this in journey mapping, so we'll be doing this over the next 8 weeks together if you want to participate, is teaching you how to best trust yourself, how to know your own intuition and inner knowing, how to understand your own values, to know who you're here to be and the work you're here to do, so that you can move through all of this healing and growth work with the ability to discern what is right and wrong for you, so that you will never take me at my word for something, which I would never do anyways. I would never tell any of you what exactly to do, but rather help guide you to figuring out what's right for you. But so that if anyone comes to you and says, hey, you need to do this thing, this is what's best, I have a lot of experience and knowledge and certificates around this, you're able to tap in and tune into, nope, this is what's right for me. And I know it seems crazy and ridiculous and irrational or irresponsible, but it's what's right for me. And some of the best decisions I have ever made in my life, in my relationships, in my business, in my healing, have been decisions that nobody around me agreed with. In fact, sometimes I paid people a lot of money just to do the opposite of what they said. So this is so key. If I can help you understand how to apply this to yourself right now, please let me know. If you want to dig deeper into it, please come hang out here in the Call of the Void group. We will be going through aspects of the journey mapping process over the next 8 weeks to help you navigate this challenging chapter and crazy season that we're in. So if there are things I can support you with directly, you know where to find me. I'm happy to tailor this content to you. And I will be back tomorrow with the 3rd video in this 5-part series.